If everybody would like to find their way back to their seats, we're going to get started in about 1 minute.
All right. Well, we are going to get things started. I am Drew Baldridge. I'm the Director of Communication and Public Relations here at Jacht. And we really wanted to start off the night by thanking you all for taking the time out of your busy lives to be here, from our faculty to our clients, our awesome industry professionals who have joined us. And I also wanted to extend a heartfelt thank you to Dean Sherry Vale for her dedication to experiential learning opportunities here at the college. So let's have a hand for all of those stakeholders. So this is a really exciting moment, as this is the first time we have held final presentations in person for 4 years since before the pandemic. So thank you again for coming. And now I will hand it off to Tegan to tell you a little bit more about what the night's going to look like.
All right, like Drew said, I'm Tegan Metcalf. I am the Director of Account Strategy, and today we are going to be celebrating our yachters, our clients, and all of our guests. So I would also like to thank all of you for coming. This semester we had a total of 52 yachters and 13 clients, and then a little bit of an agenda. We are going to be kicking it off to all of our clients, teams, to talk about what they worked on this semester. And then at the very end, we're going to have a little bit of a networking hour, you could say. So then you can leave your questions until the very end and find all of the people that worked on the clients to ask them questions. So we're going to go and look at a video of the culture reel to get an inside scoop of what yacht is like. And now we're going to go ahead and set sail into the night, starting off with Nebraska Extension Ambiguous Grief and Loss Project.
Hi, my name is Hannah Hart. I was the brand strategist on the team this semester. So, have you ever tried to define ambiguous loss? It's challenging, isn't it? Yet, despite its elusive nature, addressing it is crucial. That's why Nebraska Extension's Ambiguous Grief and Loss Project is so important. They are dedicated to delivering the University of Nebraska-Lincoln's expertise and research on ambiguous loss to 93 counties, impacting Nebraskans of all areas and backgrounds. Yacht is working with Nebraska Extension's Ambiguous Grief and Loss Project this semester to raise awareness about Nebraska's Extension's resources on ambiguous loss. At the start of the semester, our client expressed the desire to pivot to a new target audience. Therefore, several different research outlets were utilized. We gained insights through conducting a focus group, survey, and comprehensive research. One of the challenges we faced this semester surrounded our focus group. Conducting a focus group on ambiguous loss poses challenges due to the sensitive nature of the topic. Participants may have felt hesitant or distressed sharing personal experiences, and this may have deterred people from signing up for the focus group altogether. To address this, we did our best to establish trust and frame questions carefully. These strategies helped us to create a safe and open space for dialogue where we were able to gain valuable insights from those who participated. So conducting the focus group survey and comprehensive research helped us shape out our target audience and So after we conducted the focus group, we gained insights from conducting. This information was further expressed through our target audience personas, and then the findings also helped guide a key messaging plan and social media strategy, supported by a content calendar and posting guide to ensure consistent messaging. Social media templates and short form videos were paired alongside these deliverables, which you can see here. The social media templates were created to help create a cohesive brand vision and help streamline content creation for a client who is new into social media. Our videography team also collected footage from the client to create concise short form videos to post on social media, which you can see here.
It affects us in how we interpret information because it's a lens that we filter things through. And the lens is, I feel like something's missing, but it's hard to put my finger on what it is. And it isn't one of the main things that we think about, like a death of a family member. It isn't this like calculated, controlled, kind of clear thing. It's ambiguous. You know, we hear a lot of times people say, you don't ask why, and that's not really good for understanding ourselves. And so asking ourselves, not why did this happen to me, but what is it that I'm feeling right now? Why am I responding in this way? And so I think one of the things that you asked is kind of like, can we think about it and understand like why am I feeling like this after this? And so then writing down like, what is this? What are the pieces of it?
Then here was the rest of our client team. In this semester, our team learned the significance of a clear and open communication with our clients, that we could thoroughly understand their objectives and the nuances of their work. By fostering this transparent dialogue, our team was able to closely align ourselves with their goals. This semester also enriched our understanding of ambiguous loss and the importance of addressing the topic with sensitivity and empathy. Now please welcome the College of Journalism and Mass Communications.
Hello, my name is Jenna Reynolds, and I'm a videographer here at Yacht. Our client this semester was the College of Journalism and Mass Communications here at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. So just a hop, skip, and a jump away. Each fall, the college hosts the New York City Media Tour. This tour is held over the fall break, and students get to go to New York City, tour employers, and connect with UNL alumni. The COJMC hosts the tours and activities, but students are responsible for paying their way there. Our client team this semester was responsible for promoting the tour. Our main goal was to elevate student attendance from current averages of about 24 students per year to pre-COVID levels of about 50 students per year. Now, the college really wanted to emphasize video content, so due to its success in garnering student engagement and attention, and then they also really wanted us to incorporate some print and handout materials as well. Now, with every success comes its challenges, so our client was onboarded later in the semester, and we didn't begin filming until March. Now, with 7 different videos and other client teams we were working on as well, time was a precious commodity. So many days, us videographers came in early to film and edit and stayed late. Now, as much as our team would have loved to go to New York City to film and edit or film and gather our own content, we heavily relied on student-submitted content. However, most of the content submitted was vertical photo and video. Now, with 7 videos, we started to run out pretty quickly of content. So we reached out to students we knew that went on the tour to gather more content, and we used stock video and footage. And then we also found creative ways to use the vertical video that we did have in our horizontal video. Now, our team ended up creating 7 videos. We created an overview video about the tour, 2 alumni testimonial videos, 3 student testimonial videos, and then the hype video, which you'll see now.
We toured 8 advertising agencies, went to like the NBA, we went to the New York Times.
I love being in a city where you can essentially be surrounded by every single culture, every single like food, every single language, every single everything in a very small radius.
I would totally do it. It was so fun. I mean, even if nothing comes out of it work-wise, it's just like a fun trip to meet a lot of your classmates.
I wouldn't be where I am today without that first connection.
Seeing someone coming from Nebraska making their way to New York City was super fun and super cool, so I think that's the most memorable.
All right, so now after watching that video, we all want to go on the New York City media tour, right? All right, thanks to our wonderful graphic design team, they also created some photo posters and postcards as well. And then they also created a design to go on Big Bertha in Anderson Hall. All right, and then this is our wonderful client team. This semester, our team learned a lot about flexibility and time management. To execute 7 videos towards the end of the semester took a lot of focus from us videographers and coordination as a team. Our team also learned a lot more about collaboration. Our client gave us a lot of creative freedom, so we all had to put our heads together and really come together with our creative visions to make one creative vision and bring those videos to life. Next up, we have Columbus Children's Museum.
Hello everyone, my name is Kara Stone and I am the lead PR specialist here at Yacht. I also had the pleasure of serving as the account executive for the Columbus Area Children's Museum. The Columbus Area Children's Museum is a learn and play center located in Columbus, Nebraska. They recently just opened their doors here in February, and so we were tasked with helping them reach their target audience of those aged birth to 11 years old. To accomplish this goal, we worked with the Children's Museum and our main points of contact to create a community outreach plan. During the course of working with this client, we did face a few challenges and opportunities. The Children's Museum was a non-traditional client through the Public Relations Society of America's Marketing Assistance Program. To select this client, we filed through many different applications until we found one that we thought best aligned with our team's abilities and skills. However, a leadership change at the museum led to a change in the needs of the museum itself. And so we worked with the museum over the course of the semester to find a balance between what we could accomplish for the museum and what they needed. On the screen here, you can see the community outreach plan that we worked with them on. To create this, we basically drew a 50-mile radius circle around Columbus on a map and found all the schools, daycares, and after-school programs so that the Columbus Area Children's Museum could better reach their target audience. On this next slide, we can see our lovely team, myself, Luke, and our Director of PR, Drew Baldridge. Our key takeaways from working with this client was learning how to be flexible and ready to move at a moment's notice. Like I said, we worked with this client to build this community outreach plan, which was also a new experience. As in PR, you don't typically work client-facing, and so taking on the role of an account executive and doing all that communication while also working on the deliverables was a great learning experience. Next up, please welcome the Nebraska Extension podcast, Early Childhood Development.
Hello, everyone. We are the Nebraska Extension Podcast Early Childhood Development Team. My name is Dayton Bailey. I was the brand strategist on this client. So a little bit about our client. It is a Nebraska Extension Podcast, which is Nebraska Extension program. The university puts money into things to help Nebraska. So our podcast is called The Good Life in Early Life. And what they do is they have a lot of information for early childhood educators and parents. And so it's hosted by Emily Manning. And she brings on expert guests every different week to discuss different topics. Their most recent episode was addressing biases in children to youth in sports. So they take difficult discussions and they break them down into simple concepts. So what did we do with this client? So we were tasked to generate awareness. Now that's pretty broad. So what did we do? So last semester they did focus groups and surveys. So this semester we took the insights and the research from there, and then we expanded upon the secondary research, and then we generated target audience personas. Now what that is we create like a fictitious character with those insights and research with what the client does and with what the target audience does, where they spend their time. And we give it to the client, and it gives them an idea of how they can reach this fictitious character that we've created. So along with that, we also generated a key messaging plan. Now what that is it is kind of off the insights, the primary and secondary research, the tone and the messaging that's most effective for this client. So they did a focus group and they did A/B testing, so we compared what messaging is most effective for this target audience, which is pretty niche. And another thing that was very important to this client was social media. So Kelsey, what she did is she went through the client's social media, what they currently have, their strengths, their weaknesses, and we found what could they do better, what did the research say resonates most with this target audience, and she developed a plan for this client to enhance their social media reach so that way they can reach this target audience. And another thing that's important, since we're targeting early childhood educators and parents, Kara was able to find and create a contact list for all these different organizations across the state that actually deal with early childhood educators, so that way the client can then contact them and distribute the information to them. So throughout this semester, something we struggle with would probably be working with such a niche target audience. So early childhood educators and parents, that's not very big. So trying to find ways to expand that target audience was something that we struggled with, and finding primary research for such a niche target audience about early childhood educators and how do they spend their time, that's hard to find. So we had to rely on the primary research from last semester and kind of communicate with each other within our group to figure out what was most effective. So as I was creating the key messaging plan, I was talking to Kelsey and looking at the social media analytics on our own research to find more data. And then she was doing the same thing. She was pulling from the focus group and the surveys to make sure that our data made sense and that it aligned with each other. So that way the client could actually use it and it would be effective. So our team, what did we learn from this? Overall, communication. Now, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse saying this because every client team is going to come up here and say communication was the most important thing. But for us, it really was. We had to work together on everything so that way we weren't saying the same thing in the social media strategy and the key messaging plan, right? So we wanted to be effective. We didn't want to just give the client the same thing. We wanted to make sure that it aligned, that the key messaging plan aligned with the social media strategy, conveying a similar tone, so that way the client could then take that and it would be effective. So if you have any questions about this, please come up to me afterwards. I would be happy to answer any questions. Also, the podcast is streaming on Apple Music, Spotify, and on their website. So go check it out. 2 episodes a month. It's actually really entertaining. Up next, the next client team I'd like to introduce is Transform Ed.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Megan Braun. I am the brand strategist for the Transform Ed team. Transform Ed is a UNL Grand Challenge grant team that promotes the early childhood education system and supports families, educators, and children all together. So this campaign, or this project, built the foundations for a public awareness campaign that really focused on highlighting the importance and the value of social and emotional development for children and for educators as well. And so throughout this semester, we focused a lot on the research and strategy, which included content analysis of 2 early childhood education organizations, a focus group with key stakeholders that analyzed potential challenges and opportunities for the future of this campaign, audience perceptions, as well as proper terminology for our public awareness campaign, which is titled Nurture Nebraska. We also conducted other strategic deliverables like a target audience persona that was based on our research findings and focus group results, as well as strategic partnerships that could potentially partner with our organization and other organizations that could really position Nurture Nebraska in the early education sphere. So throughout this semester, the biggest challenge that we faced was a delayed finalization of our scope, which put us on a little bit of crunch time toward the end of the semester, but we were able to work through it by working on most of the research beforehand to get that done so that once we got the scope finalized, we were able to hit the ground running. And a lot of this required good communication skills with the client team both internally and externally. So we met very frequently and even did some one-on-one meetings to focus on specific deliverables to really get those details down so that we could create the best campaign possible. So for our execution, I will hand it off to Jenna.
Hello, I'm Jenna Nelson. I was one of the graphic designers on the Transform Ed team. Through our findings of the focus group, we were able to develop a target audience persona, which we have mocked up into a graphic here. The focus group insights also drove our creative direction when creating the campaign title and the brand identity system, which we can see on the next slide. Our design team intentionally combined typography, vibrant colors, and floral imagery to symbolize childhood, youth, along with development and growth. Our design of the logo serves as a foundation for how Transform Ed will proceed with their public awareness campaign. I'm going to give the mic to Emma for web.
Hi, my name is Emma Connerkey. I am also one of the graphic designers for this team. So our web designer, May, she developed this website for Nurture Nebraska, basically just to enhance accessibility for Nurture Nebraska and to show Transform Ed's resources in a manner as shown here. And then our team, this is our team behind me, and basically we navigated any obstacles by communicating with each other and with the Transform Ed team, and individually and as a team, we just had a huge sense of adaptability and growth. And now I'm going to hand it off and welcome the UNL Food Science Communication team.
Hi again. I was also the brand strategist for this team. So the University of Nebraska-Lincoln's Food Science and Communication program is an academic department focused on studying and advancing food science and technology. The program offers undergraduate and graduate degrees, providing students with hands-on learning and research opportunities. Yacht is working with the UNL Food Science Communication program this semester to conduct research aiming to uncover opportunities for expanding undergraduate enrollment and increasing brand recognition. So one of our challenges that we faced this semester also surrounded around our focus group. Although we were able to successfully attract participants to sign up for the focus group, we experienced a shortfall in attendance when some registered individuals did not show up as planned. Nonetheless, we were able to gain valuable insights from those who did participate, allowing us to draw meaningful conclusions despite the attendance challenge. At the start of the semester, we conducted a focus group with current UNL food science students where we learned a lot about their experiences, such as their reasonings for choosing the program and their perceptions of the program's strengths and weaknesses. Following the focus group, I conducted a competitive analysis on similar institutions mentioned by both the client and by students during the focus group. This analysis allowed us to identify the strengths and weaknesses of the competing programs, providing us with the insights to guide opportunities and threats for the future development of UNL's Food Science and Technology department. We also conducted a content audit looking at their existing social channels and content strategy to help grow those channels. Then here was our client team this semester. And this semester, our team learned the value of a clear communication with our clients so that we could thoroughly understand their struggles and their objectives for us this semester. Collaborating with this client also enriched our understanding of their industry intricacies and will hopefully allow us to better serve clients within similar industries in the future. I'll now pass it over to MI Cubed.
Hi, my name is Jillian Buell, and I was the social media strategist for the MI Cubed team. MI Cubed is an educational organization based off of Howard Gardner's 7 multiple intelligences, which they use to create their assessment, the talent key. This assessment organizes its clients into 7 different intelligences and then provides coaching and supplemental information that allows its clients to improve in their academic, personal, and professional lives. With this client, we were aiming to target college-aged college students and trade school students, and also help MI Cubed transition from a business-to-business model to a business-to-consumer model. So our goals with them were to create a content hierarchy that is functional, informational, and also leads their clients to purchase the talent key. So to complete this goal, we consulted with the client throughout the process to make sure that their needs were met with our deliverables. We also wanted to create consistent messaging across all of the deliverables we were giving to them. So we compared our copy across the social media posts that we were delivering, as well as the copy in the website to make sure it aligned with the messaging goals of the client. We also were helping them create brand new social media platforms as they did not have accounts before. So we worked with the client throughout the deliverable process to ensure that we were creating an online presence for them that they would be happy with as they launched their social media accounts this summer. I will now hand it off to Jenna Nelson, who will talk a little bit about our deliverables.
So, after developing the social media calendar, we then developed our template concepts, and we were able to create the template designs. With the audience being targeted towards college students, we centered these template designs to communicate and resonate with this audience, with helpful tips for taking a test or how to prepare your study space for the test, and as well as client testimonials, which was us because we took the test, and as well as some word clouds and word graphics. And then onto the next slide for our web. Our web designer, May, developed a design for the website's multiple pages, and which included copy, which was written by our copywriter, Celia. This new interface, complete with text, was created to appeal to the new student and entice them to take the talent key. On the next slide is our client team. Working with this client, we learned the value of forming a deep understanding of the client's product. So doing so, as I said, we all took the talent key and compared our results and really dived into all the material that was given to us after we took the test. We also learned the value of effective communication and frequent communication with the client, as we met with them pretty much weekly to just check in and see where we're at with the project. And now I'm going to welcome Nanoplastics.
Okay. Hi again, everyone. I'm Megan. I'm also the brand strategist for the Nebraska Nanoplastics team. This is another UNL Grand Challenge, and this research team primarily studies the release and risks concerned with micro and nanoplastics, specifically from plastic food containers. So this research team tasked us with kind of developing an overall campaign strategy for the research team and their publications, because they've received media coverage in the past, and they wanted kind of an all-encompassing place and identity to hold this information. So we developed a brand guide and launched a microsite underneath university communication guidelines, and all of this was based on a situation analysis that kind of explored the nanoplastics industry, the overall academic research industry, and segmented the audience based on levels of interest, involvement, and awareness. So one of the key findings in our situation analysis identified 2 segments of the audience, where some of them are more involved in the environmental aspects, like policymakers, nonprofit organizations, and researchers and scientists. And then the other segment of the audience is more concerned with individual health issues, which would be kind of the general public. And so we recognize that with these different levels of awareness, we need to accommodate both of them, and kind of have an overall brand identity that is easy to understand and easy to digest despite the very complex nature of this topic. So with that is probably our biggest challenge this semester, was just trying to navigate nanoplastics research in general. Clearly, we are not nanoplastics experts or scientists, but we tried our best to really ground ourselves in the research and understand the communication method that would best fit this research team. So I will also hand it off to our web designer, May. She's a busy girl over here, to discuss our execution.
Hello everyone, my name is May Kok, but they call me May, and I'm the web designer for Yacht. As for designer, me and other designer, we work closely with Megan to develop brand identity to align the brand research she had done. And from that, Sandy and Han, they did some of the brand guidelines and some of the brand logo, as you can see here. And you can see like there's like a little particle release from the plastic bottles, and which is kind of aligned with the projects we work on with the nanoplastics, and that's where the ideas came from. And for the website, it consists some of the potential research content informations. We try to make the website structure and information easier to digest, and while still focusing on spreading the awareness of health risks of nano and macroplastic. And then this is our amazing team for this client team. Through working for this client, we learn how to navigate the research topic that we are unfamiliar with. Definitely communication is one of the key for us. We need to communicate and exchange our knowledge and then incorporate into our work. And of course, we definitely become more cautious every time we microwave food, or think twice before putting hot food into the plastic container. And then moving forward, we will be welcoming next client team, Nebraska Department of Banking and Finance.
Hi again, I'm Emma. I am one of the graphic designers for the NDBF client team. So in working with Nebraska Department of Banking and Finance, our goal was to help NDBF spread awareness about scams and financial fraud. So in doing this, we helped them create an integrated media campaign based on last semester's research conducted through Yacht. Some challenges that we found that NDBF's current website was serving a large range of people across the state. We had a really broad audience. However, it was a little tricky to navigate, and their social media presence could be strengthened. It was limited, and it just kind of took away from the actual information that they were trying to present. So our campaign, we aimed to increase traffic to the NDBF website, and this involves targeted paid social ads, organic content management by NDBF, and our brand strategist created a list of billboard vendors curated. And yeah, so as for deliverables that we created, our design team took information also created by our brand strategist, creating target personas that applied to our large audience across the state of Nebraska. We adhered to NDBF's brand guidelines and created a graphic that was easy to read and easy to understand. And then additionally, we created some social media graphics to go on LinkedIn and Facebook for NDBF. These just present the information about scams and financial fraud a little bit better, and they take the viewers straight to NDBF's website. And then the final deliverable for the design team was we also created some billboards that would go up throughout the state of Nebraska, also just adhering to our target audience and adhering to NDBF's brand guidelines. And we have some taglines on there created by our copywriter, Jason. And yeah, just overall representing financial fraud, scams, and directing traffic to NDBF's website. And now I'm going to hand it over to May again to talk about our website a little bit and more.
Hello again. And as you can see, this is the microsite for our client team. And you can see it's like dedicated to the campaign. As Emma mentions, we are targeting broad range of target audience. So the user experience here, we try to keep it friendly and straightforward as much as possible, while still emphasize the importance of the value of this campaign. And then this is our amazing team for this client. And through working with this client, we learned the importance of communications within our team. As I mentioned, like we are targeting really broad range of target audience, a clear communications to ensure an understanding of our strategies is needed. This also help us to enhance the productivity and working together to solve any issues along the way. And then I'm gonna pass it to UNL Grand Challenge Healthcare Access Symposia. Please welcome them.
Hi everybody, my name is Kasha Cherik. I am a multimedia strategist here at Yacht, and I was a part of the UNL Grand Challenge Healthcare Access Symposia client team. So the UNL Grand Challenge Healthcare Access Symposia is a multiple symposium series focusing on healthcare access issues throughout the state of Nebraska. Each symposium that is being held through this series will focus on different challenges related to healthcare access, and this first one, which was held on March 18th of this year, was focused on health disparities. The overall goal of the symposium is to bring like-minded individuals like healthcare experts, UNL and UNMC experts, and other individuals together to kind of discuss these healthcare access issues throughout the state of Nebraska. So here at Yacht, our goal with working with this client was to help them find an audience for their symposiums and help promote them, specifically the first symposium. So how we kind of went about completing this goal was we did research on who would be the best candidates for guests for the first symposium, used that information to create a contact list, and then provided that to the client to invite them to their first event. And then we created multiple deliverables to help with promotion, including logos, content, social media content calendars and content for that calendar, a digital postcard. We created a website, and on that web, we even created a promotional video that we shot and filmed at that first event. Overall, though, with this being a brand new event, things were being developed for the symposium as we were trying to create promotional material, which did at times become challenging. But we as a team took it in strides, and what we really realized we needed to do was whenever we were given new information, we worked very quickly to work with that new information. We became very flexible with how things were changing, and we even started to anticipate these changes and developed multiple ways to complete our goals ahead of time just in case things were going to change. So now I'd love to show you some of our deliverables we created. First, the promotional video that I mentioned.
So the goal of the Health Disparity Symposium that we're putting on today is really to have kind of a collective exchange of ideas and information about what are the biggest health problems in the state of Nebraska and how can we come up with solutions to try to solve those problems and potentially scale them beyond the state of Nebraska, hopefully globally. So the purpose of the Grand Challenges grant, it's open to faculty at UNL, and the idea is to foster cross-disciplinary collaborations in order to solve some of our big, wicked problems that we have in the state of Nebraska and potentially beyond.
And then here is that digital postcard that was sent out to all the guests. And our website that we created, including that registration page we made for that first symposium event. And then here is our big, wonderful client team that got to work on UNL Grand Challenge Healthcare Access Symposium this semester. Overall, what we really learned and took away from this was how to be adaptable, understanding that it was beneficial for us to create multiple plans of actions as this was an event that was still being developed as we were creating the materials for it. Another thing that we really got to learn is multimedia, specifically video team got to go shoot a live event and take that footage that we had and turn it into a promotional video for the symposium to use to promote their next events. And then lastly, I just wanted to say we really enjoyed working with this client team, and we really also enjoyed watching the symposium come to life after spending so much time and effort promoting it. So now I'd like to introduce our next client team, NALID.
Hello. Thank you everyone for coming out tonight. My name is Jackson Atwell, and I'm a videographer for Yacht. this semester, I got the privilege, as well as the rest of this team, to work with NALID, which is the Nebraska Association of Local Health Directors. NALID's goal is to provide public health for as many people as possible around Nebraska. And that extends not just to the individual level, but all the way broad scope to an environmental level through different health initiatives as well as education programs. And so this project was extremely important, especially with the just culture and climate currently when it comes to the health field. And so we realized that it would be extremely important as we are creating these promotional videos and public relations pieces to do it well and to represent public health and the great work that they do in the best light as possible. So as I said, our work was to produce 10 promotional videos and 10 public relations pieces to accompany those videos, promoting public health and the work that NALID does specifically. When we were doing this, we came across a couple challenges. First off was really just getting started. At the very start, one of the things we were facing was some delays in just getting started with the project. And so that was a difficulty, but it also allowed us some space and opportunity to get a lot of research done and to learn a lot about public health because from the get-go, we didn't really know a ton. And so this allowed us to actually do the job as best as possible. Another challenge that went along with that is we had to reevaluate. Because of the delays, we were realizing that 10 videos and 10 PR stories in such a short period of time was not going to actually be like an attainable goal. And so we had to work with NALID to come up with a solution. And we ended up creating four promotional videos and then 4 PR stories instead of the original 10. And I can firmly say that this decision was beneficial in just making sure that we weren't rushing the project as well as doing it with as much care and precision as possible. Another challenge, which ended up just being mostly fun, was travel. We had a lot of places to go to around Nebraska. We traveled 422 miles to Omaha, Grand Island, Hastings, and Fremont, as well as a local dog park in town. So it was pretty fun to visit some of the local puppies and dogs around the area. But this was a challenge to overcome because there was a lot of coordination and a lot of communication that had to happen with each of these places that we were traveling to. But we took it with stride, and it was a lot of fun just traveling with these folks and getting to know each other through these short little trips. So I'll show off one of the videos that we're all super proud of and that we were able to produce for Three Rivers Health Department.
Our clinic here at Three Rivers Public Health Department is a Title X provider. What that means is that nobody is turned away because of their inability to pay, and we provide comprehensive reproductive health care, which includes well woman exams, pregnancy tests, and just general comprehensive reproductive health care.
We have a car seat program where anyone who lives in one of our 3 counties, Dodge, Saunders, or Washington County, as long as they're receiving some sort of assistance like Medicaid or WIC or meet the federal income poverty guidelines, they are eligible to get a car seat from us. And so they would come in for an appointment. You know, we'd assess the child as far as age, size, all of those things to figure out what car seat is going to be the best fit for them. Do some education with the parents and then make sure it is installed correctly in their vehicle before they leave. We do a car seat check event in each of our 3 counties every summer. So that's just free to anyone. And then same thing at the health department. Anybody, whether they live in our county or not, if they just want their car seat checked, they can call us and schedule an appointment and we can do that for them. It's great when families come in and they're just generally concerned that I have no idea if I did this right, please help me. It's a lot to know as far as car seats goes. Public health matters because it allows us and everyone in our community to live longer, better, healthier lives.
So this is our wonderful team, and we are just super thankful for this opportunity. every single person and department that we worked with NALED was super helpful and welcoming. We were kind of intrusive getting in there and shooting, but they were super helpful and just excited for this campaign. And so we believe that this was very successful, and we're very proud of this work. Anyway, up next, we have our yacht internal groups.
And I also have the privilege of serving as the account executive for the yacht communications team. So this team is really dedicated to bolstering Yacht's brand image for all of our stakeholders, whether that be UNL students, current and prospective clients, and also just other industry professionals. And this team really serves as the custodians for Yacht's ethos and brand, and really elevate that for the community we're trying to reach. So this team is in charge of a lot, but one of the things I really wanted to highlight tonight was our recruitment campaign, because it is a beast of its own. No other agency or organization goes through an over 80% turnover rate every 6 months like Yacht does. So we have to make sure we get. The thing we tried to do this year is really expand beyond the College of Journalism and Mass Communications. We know this is a great opportunity for ad PR students, but we did this through a variety of mediums, including our digital and print materials. We had some PR materials as well, and then just bringing people into the space and mobilizing yachters. We had a shadow day where we had prospective yachters come in and get to see what a day is like in Yacht. So really it was a whole agency effort to really reach a new target audience, as well as continue to reach out to the students in the College of Journalism and Mass Communications. So we had a lot of materials, but one of them we will show here, which is a little position highlight.
My name is Kelsey Bliss, and I am a social media strategist at Yacht. As a social media strategist, I do a lot of research of client social media platforms, so that includes TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, things like that. We build kind of a plan or even a content calendar based off of those analytics and what would be best presented to their audience. You get to voice a lot of your creative ideas to the team, and a lot of times they go through and you get to actually execute those ideas. A social media strategist does research, but also gets to be creative with what they do.
I'm Maya Merritt, and I'm the photographer here at Yacht. I take photos for the client teams that I'm a part of. I was a part of the Nebraska Department of Transportation, and so one of the campaigns that we did was their seatbelt campaign. And so we brought in different people to interview, and I took their headshots and I took photos that the graphic designers could use for the campaigns that they created.
So that really served as just a little glimpse into what some positions could look like at Yacht for any prospective yachters. And then we also had postcards, posters, digital materials posted all throughout campus to really get a competitive number of applicants, and we were able to do so, and 14% of those applicants were from outside of the College of Journalism. So we really fulfilled our goal of expanding Yacht as an opportunity for all students. So I want to thank this large but wonderful team for all they do. Our social media strategists for really guiding our presence on social media, and with our migration, especially onto Sprinkler this semester for all of our auto publishing capabilities, and also just as a tool to gauge social listening. We are able to do that better now using that tool. Our designers, our graphic designers for all of their work, our web designer for her ongoing efforts to update our website, our multimedia team for creating so much great content over the course of the semester. Of course, our copywriters for checking all of our agency copy, including the Yacht-specific copy, our PR team, and last week we took home 9 awards at the AMA Prisms, 5 of those being Prism Awards, and 4 of those being Sterling Awards, and also we have a nomination for the National Academy for Television Arts and Sciences. So thank you to my PR team for all of your work in gaining Jacht the accolades it really deserves. So thank you to this whole team for all of your work over the course of the semester. Definitely couldn't have happened without you. And without further ado, I would like to hand it off to our HR and DEI team.
Well, thank you so much, Drew. Hello, my name is Parviz Jamalov, and this semester I received the utmost privilege to be the Director of HR, Culture, and DEI at Jacht, the department which I proudly call the Architects of Harmony at Jacht. So we are very thrilled today to share our journey this semester. And to do that, I want you to imagine the following. What if Jacht is a magnificent, splendid, intricate puzzle, and every Jachter is the piece of that puzzle with their own experiences, perspectives, and forecasts. So our role this semester was to serve as a guiding hand for them to ensure every piece of that puzzle fits together seamlessly and to cultivate the truly vibrant culture at Jacht. Our goal? To equip Jachters with professional, relevant skills to make sure they excel at Jacht and beyond. So what are some of the challenges we encountered this semester? Well, diversity is what really makes Jacht special. We call diversity the secret magic ingredient at Jacht, yet it presented a challenge for our department. How do we create the professional development content that would resonate with every single Jachter? And we know that there is not a single universal approach here. So we embarked on a journey of research, identifying possible gaps, challenges, demands, and needs at Jacht. And we came up with 3 universal appealing topics: empathy, open communication, and teamwork, which are the cornerstones for success in any environment. So some of the objectives, we actually focused on 4 key objectives this semester. And the first objective was equipping Jachters with relevant skills so that they can succeed at Jacht and beyond. And that's why we delivered tailored workshops on public speaking, creativity, conflict resolution, and soft skills. Our second objective was to foster the culture of empathy and open communication. And we kept encouraging that through different activities like a show and tell activity and our final end of semester internal celebration, which everybody really enjoyed. And also we did some funny personality tests, which everybody liked. And our third objective was to lead Jacht interview efforts, from scheduling interviews to running them, and of course communicating proactively with upcoming Jachters, with the applicants. And now on to my favorite objective. How do we cultivate the high spirit at Jacht and keep every single Jachter motivated? Ladies and gentlemen, it's my utmost pleasure to introduce the Jacht Punch Card. This is our original, thank you so much for this. This is our original incentivization program that motivates every single Jachter to get a punch for every activity they do, be it just attending one of the agency tours or just participating in one of our professional workshops. So now to our reflection part. This semester has taught us some valuable lessons. Lesson number 1. Oh, first, of course, we have a fantastic team here, the great HR, DEI, and culture team. So our first takeaway was collaboration is the king. It was really important to collaborate with different departments to identify how we can better serve Jacht. Second, prioritize empathy and open communication to make sure every voice is heard here, to make sure every perspective is understood. And third, communication is true power. To work effectively as a team, we need to hear each other. We need to understand each other. That's why we really emphasize such skills as storytelling, perspective sharing, active listening, and empathy. Across the agency, across the college, across the university, we are upholding values of equity, inclusion, and diversity. Thank you so much. And up next, we have our marvelous business development team.
Awesome. Thank you, Parvis. Hello, everyone. My name is Kieran Straumeyer, and this semester I served as the Director of Business Development here at Yacht. And may I say, it's lovely to see some familiar Outlook headshots from this semester. It's nice to have a refreshing change. But in all seriousness, some of the main challenges we see on a semester-to-semester basis as a department is communication with clients and client teams, as well as the evaluation of campaign success. In the next slide, you will see two of the three solutions we've provided this semester to kind of alleviate that persisting problem throughout the semesters at Yacht. The first is a client satisfaction survey that will be sent out in the coming weeks to all current client teams and will be utilized in the following semesters so that Yacht can better understand the client needs and how we as an agency can better serve them going forward. The second is somewhat of a terminology sheet, we like to call it a glossary, of common terms that you'll see on a business development contract or a scope of work, memorandum of understanding, whatever that may be. Just some common terminologies that may not be per se known by everybody. And the purpose of this is to kind of mitigate any potential risk that could be misinterpreted from a contract, whether that be from a client or a client team. And overall, it's to ensure a smoother client experience throughout the semester. The one not shown here is kind of more of an internal change to our procedures throughout the semester. We utilize Clockify to track billable hours for clients, and it's kind of essential for our business development team to understand the progress throughout the semesters for contracts to make sure that we're on track to finish. And the 3 Clockify meetings that we do as an agency, we found weren't really sufficing for us and for client teams to be on the same page for progress throughout the semester. So we implemented one-on-one meeting standing and maybe give more advice about how they could more efficiently use their hours, or maybe if there's additional deliverables that we can add to a contract to accommodate some leftover. Next, I would like to introduce my business developees, as I like to call them, Mitch and Dana. And thanks to their dedication throughout the semester and hard work, they really have contributed invaluable amounts of progress to business development throughout the semester. And it really could not have happened without them. So I really appreciate all the hard work you guys have done. Looking back at the semester, 2 main takeaways that we had as a department were to be adaptable to clients' needs throughout the semester and to be proactive in our planning as we go throughout projects. It's essential to do this in order to, like I said earlier, to ensure a smoother client experience. Looking forward, for next semester, we have 5 brand new clients that have never worked with Yacht in the past, and we are extremely excited to introduce them to the unique world that Yacht offers as an advertising agency. Up next, I have Drew and Tegan, who are going to have some thank yous.
All right, so that was all of our client work that we got done this semester, and I really think that all of it was such amazing work. I'm so proud of all of our yachters. So just one last round of applause for our yachters. Perfect. And then also we are going to be sending off a lot of graduating seniors this semester, so I want all of them to stand up and congratulate them.
And we also want to take a moment to recognize our new student leadership team. It is a lot to take on the reins of Yacht, so those of you that are here, if you'd also stand up to be recognized. And then, of course, we could not do this without our phenomenal faculty. They really drive this ship. We have Alan, who we couldn't do it without him. He helps the multimedia team. It's always a fun game finding where he is in the agency, and he really livens up the place. And also Valerie Jones, who took on the role of interim executive director this semester, which was a beast of its own. So thank you for being so adaptable and willing to work with us and learn. And then also Derek Hernandez for his work guiding our strategy and taking the time out of his busy life to be here and help guide us. So let's give it up for our faculty. And now I will hand it off to Valerie Jones to thank us.
Spoiler, Drew. Thanks. No, really, truly, we talk about how this is a student-run ad agency, and we're very serious about this. I had to ask them if I could speak to you today because it is in their hands. We've had folks in early, staying late. They run the meetings. They develop the orientation the semester before. They add additional trainings about focus group boot camps, whatever the teams need. And it's been really, truly impressive to see them go. They also add ideas of their own, right? Every semester we try to make sure we leave this place better than we found it. And so whether it's adding Asana for better project management, whether it's adding Sprinkler for social media listening, Figma for wireframes, punch cards for participation, they've all added their own ideas, and they didn't have to do that, but they did because they care and they wanted to make this great. So a big thanks to them. Obviously could not do this without our clients. They take a chance on us. We are a student-run ad agency. They're maybe not always sure what they're going to get, but they have just given us great challenges, and they've given us great feedback. They've helped the students learn and grow, and what a gift that is. So thanks so much to our clients who are here and on the live stream. And finally, who all is this your first time in this space? Yeah. What do we think? Yeah, it's nice. Yachters, does it feel different being here than it does being in a classroom? We're so lucky to have this space and be able to have kind of a different and agency experience, and that is because of sponsors like this who make that possible. So thanks so much to these sponsors. And finally, you're probably wondering why you all are here, but you all are making this possible too, right? The goal of Yacht is to provide real-world experiences, to provide a bridge from the academic world to the professional world, to try and give folks experience and learn teamwork and learn how to talk to clients and run these meetings and act on their feedback and sell their work. Do time cards. I'm having flashbacks to agency days of not doing my time cards. Sorry, Carter. And all those good things, all those soft skills too that are in addition to learning how to, yes, produce killer videos and strategic social media calendars. So y'all being here really matters. And of course, being who I am, I have to ask for feedback. So you can go to go.unl.edu/yachting with a J, or use the QR code and let us know what you think. Tell us what to keep doing, stop doing, start doing. Also, if you'd like to get involved, we happen to have opportunities for that. So whether it's financial support, whether it's a tour of your organization that you'd like to share with Yacht, whether it's coming in as a speaker for Yacht, we want to know, and we want this to be an opportunity for you too, right? The idea is for folks to be able to hit the ground running in your organizations, and y'all make that possible. Thank you for being here. We've now got some time to hang out. Find 3 people, I dare you. Students and guests, find 3 people you don't know, talk to them, connect. We've got a great ad PR community in this town, and that's one of the reasons we wanted to have this in person again, was to bring that together. Take pictures at our photo booth back there, check out the rooms, it goes all the way around there, have some snacks, and let's celebrate a job well done. Thank you, everyone.